Again, is one of the best teams in the country under Kelvin Sampson. Milos Uzan is their point guard. He's a big guard, good driver, good ball handler. He's not quite as much as an on-ball guy this year because of the emergence of Kingston Flemings, but he's really good at using his size on drives, loves to get to these floaters. He's really improved as a shooter since getting to Houston. That was probably his biggest struggle at Oklahoma. Kingston Flemings, one of the best players in college basketball as a freshman this year. Unbelievably good at getting to the rim, finishing. One of the best few players in the country at getting paint touches. Ridiculous finish there. Elite athlete. His biggest issue coming in was the shot, and he shot it unbelievably well this year. Really good passer, too. Look at that skip pass. And he is their offensive engine. He makes a ton of wild plays. Emmanuel Sharp, elite shooter, scorer. Really good defensively, too. Super, super confident. Probably their most confident shooter. Definitely their toughest shot maker. Loves little step backs and side steps. They'll run a lot of actions for him. Look at 17 seconds on the clock with that one. 23 seconds on the shot clock there. Doesn't really get to the rim a whole lot. He'll get some mid-range jumpers kind of like that. But everything he does has a pretty high level of difficulty. Chris Anak, another super talented freshman. Super skilled, has really, really good touch. He likes that mid-range. He can shoot threes. He's not super, super aggressive with them. And he's a really good rebounder, too. Really good play finisher with his size and athleticism. Joseph Tugler has been used a little more offensively this year. They've kind of went away from that experiment as the year's gone on. Loves that little floater in the lane. He's also an elite rebounder and arguably the best defensive player in the country. Plays super hard. He's only like 6'7", but he has extremely long arms. Mercy Miller. He's a guard off the bench. He's been getting better as the year's gone on. Good driver. Gives him a little something off the bench. Solid shooter. And he is a good Houston guy. He plays hard. Ramon Walker. He's a defense first role player. Been there for a while. Can make open threes. He drives. But not a great three-point shooter. It's really not what they want. Isaiah Harwell, another one of their talented freshmen. He'll be good for them eventually. Comes off the bench with inconsistent minutes. But he can shoot and he can put the ball on the ground a little. Chase McCarty. He's starting to provide more and more value for them too. He's a good shooter. Defends. Scores on cuts. Khalifa Sacco. Pure play finisher. Rim protector, rebounder. Some early offense stuff for them. Not a super fast-paced team, but we'll get a little bit of this. This is just a drag. We'll see these empty sides. Another empty side here. Empty side with Flemings. Good pass there. Empty side. Against the hedge. Be a double here. Double ball screen. Snack with a 3. Double ball screen. There's Sharp. Well, shallow under here. So shallow from Tugler. A little weird, but pistol. Won't see this too often. A lot of ball screen stuff. Just be simple. Steps up and sets it there. You have Fleming to the rim. It's a guard here with the Uzon. Step up. Sanak can pop. We'll do a lot of this where we play someone at the nail and just play off him. Really good to get Flemings going downhill. Uncomfortable spot for this defender because you can't really help off Emmanuel Sharp. He can't help off Uzan. It's also Brock Harding responsible for helping on the Kingston Flemings drive. So it's tough for teams to guard, especially with how good their 3 guards are. No one guards Flemings there. Here it's late game. Late game again. Late game again. We'll just set a ball screen and shallow under. Ramon Walker hits a 3. Here it is again. Ball screen, shallowing under. Ball screen, shallow under. And that looked more like a double ball screen. Here it is again with Sanak shallowing under. One more to Uzan. Here's an empty side. And now we're just playing off it. There's Sanak in that mid-range. We've said a lot of these Rams, especially against teams that are playing higher up. There's the Ram. Pin down to the ball screen. There's the pin down to the ball screen. And Flemings always has full freedom to break off the play and score. Ram to the ball screen. Watch Sanak. There's Flemings getting all the way to the rim. Here we Ram with an empty side. And then a wide pin. Here it's Ram. And then he'll get the flare. It's an interesting look. Ram. And then watch Tugler wipe out Debance on the tag. This is another look we'll go to. So we'll swing to the step up, but he'll ghost it into the pin down for Sharp. Same thing here. Swing it. Ghost. Pin down. There's for Miller. Here's what I call Finland. Stagger, ball screen, back screen, and then cleanup screen. We'll do some horn stuff. And this will be a majority of their half-court offense. Sharp will be really aggressive. Here it is again. Sharp coming off the loop. Tough shot. Twist. So their most common horns look. So set the first green, dive out, set the second one. Flemings just goes and scores there. Set the first one, dive out, set the second one. And they've always done this. Dive out, set the second one. Here they just clear it out for Flemings. See it again here. They just ghost it. The big clears. Massive driving lane for Flemings. Here they'll hand it off. Ghost into the pin down. Again here. Ghost to the pin down. We'll do some of this out stuff. So out. And then two bigs will come set the ball screen. This is all an ISO for sharp. We'll loop into stuff. So loop to the empty side. Loop, and this is the most common one. Ball screen, big dives out. Really just a middle ball screen. So we'll loop, loop, ball screen, big dives out. Here it is again, but Tugler clears out. Little Kyle. Can do some stuff off the elbow. So here we're going to hit Tugler. 5-4 ball screen. We're going to hit the elbow. Step out. And it's all going to be a wedge for Sinak. Hit the elbow. This is another special. Zoom. Back screen. Screen the screener. This will be another common look for them. Pop the ball screen right into zoom. Pop the ball screen right into zoom. There's Harwell. Pop the ball screen right into zoom. Ball screen, pop, zoom. There's that floater. Ricky. Just another rip screen the screener set for them. A couple other things they'll do. They used to do this for Sharp more last year where they just send him out and then come set a ball screen for him. Here they hit Tugler for delay. Not really much of this. A couple things out of staggers. So we'll curl, hit the wing, hit him. Here, stagger to the ball screen. Cardi has a 3 popping out. We'll do this cross screen, zipper. We'll do a zipper, swing it into this cross screen. Same thing here. Zipper, swing, cross screen. Can do it if they like the matchup. Like Caden Powell's a good matchup for them. Zipper, swing it, cross screen, and then we're going to get this pin. I like this one, so we're going to look like we're setting it like the same set we just had, except we're going to throw it back for this seal. Watch Tugler. Act like we're doing it. Throw it back for the seal. Here's another set touch. All for this stagger. Here's another cross screen set. So we're going to come off, then set it for Tugler. And that was late game. Here's another one to start the half. Same thing. Coming off, and then we're setting it for Tugler. Here's a triple. So stagger. And another stagger. And then all for Fleming's coming off, another stagger. And here's a set out of the floppy. So zoom is the entry into it. We're coming off. And then it's just an empty side ball screen. And that'll do it for our Houston scouting report.